Hello everyone, welcome back to our Leadership Thursday. Let's talk about cultures. If you want to lead at a world level, like the whole world, you have to identify and learn more about cultures, because you are going to meet different people, different cultures. You are going to operate in different cultures around the communities, around the 7 continents of the world. You know what? I want you to notice this, that how cultures are developed. I want you to pay attention for this one. You know what? Cultures are developed in different areas. For instance, let me talk about myself. How I am cultured. Personally, I have my own culture. Personally, besides my family, besides my workplace, I have my own culture that I have developed. Then also, where I come from, home, they have a culture. Again, they have what? A culture. And also the church that I go, they have their own culture. So it also develops me. If we just take all those cultures, those 3 cultures, workplace, church, all the circles, the friends that you have, they develop, or the school that you have gone, it develops a culture for one person. So cultures are being divided on international level and local level. So as an individual, in your family, you have your own culture from your workplace, school, and church. Then your family has their own culture in the community, has their own culture. Your family has their own culture. And also, your community has its own culture. Let's talk about Manicaland. Let's talk about Mutare. Let's talk about any place you are, Harare, anywhere, any city, whether in Kenya, Nairobi, whether you're in US, any continent you are. You know what? If we look at Africa as a whole, it has its own culture. If we look at SADC, as a whole, it has its own culture. If we look at different parts of the world, like if we look at Asia, they have their own culture. If we look at the Americans, they have their own culture. If we look at the Europeans, they have their own culture, their own way of doing things, their own way of dressing, their systems, the way they pull out gestures. These are cultures, different culture from 7 different places, 7 different continents. So I don't know if you're getting this one. So cultures are being developed in different areas. So you have to analyze and understand. You have to know how to behave in all those cultures. You have to know how to adjust in all those cultures. And us as humans, the whole world, we have our own culture. Then we divide to continent Africa, Asia, Europe, and we go down again. Like, for instance, I've given an example for Africa. We have SADC, East Africa, West Africa. So they have their own cultures. And we go down again, like countries, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Morocco, any country, they have their own way of doing things, their own culture. And we divide into cities, into provinces, into states. You know what? You find out in Nigeria, they have so many states, but they have different cultures, different activities. You hear in another city there are no robbers, there are few robbers. Another city they have all different ways of responding to things. Then we slash it again. We go to communities and communities. In a city, we have that community, we have that community, we have that community, we have that community locations. They have their own cultures. Then if you go back to your location, your single location, families has their own cultures again. And if we go down again to the last part, individuals in the family, they have their own culture. So culture is based on individuals. That if they come together, they can build another culture. You know what? So it develops and develops. So if you want to be an international leader, you have to compromise a lot, but it is not to change your character. You just have to adjust a bit when you enter into different cultures, but it doesn't have to change your character. Your character will remain the same, your principles will remain the same, but different cultures, how to behave in those cultures. So see you next time when we talk more about Leadership Thursday. Thank you. Bye-bye.